With the man.
Hey man, shout out to my boy, Reach the People. Darius Sanders in the building, man.
Sometimes y'all be on that bull junk, so I'm really not gonna tell you much.
Why do you continuously give negativity a microphone? Why did you give it a stage? Why did you give it admiration and adulation? Why do you give it a voice? Why do you give it a room with a comfortable mattress and a pillow and some nice sheets and blankets? Why do you allow negativity to have a say-so in your life?
Man, we back at it, man. Another Tuesday on Rowdy Man Media with common sense. All right, with common sense. But y'all know, man, y'all heard with Coach Prime as we always kick this thing off, man. Why do you let negativity drive what you got going on? Why? It's another Tuesday, fellas. How y'all feeling?
Hey, I'm rested. Coming off a 3-day weekend. Got a chance to spend some time with family. And yeah, just feeling good, man, overall. No complaints.
Like you say, man, like I say all the time, every day that you wake up and God give you a chance to be better and do better, be a blessing, because you are a blessing. You gotta feel good. Graduation week up this way, so got a lot going on. Just got a kid put in the Hall of Fame at the high school today. So super proud of Marco. We get him back up out of here probably, hopefully after graduation, so he can get back up to Delaware and get to work. But yeah, man, like you say, it's been a long weekend, Memorial Day. Most people didn't have to, just had to go back to work today. So so it should be a good, good week. Hope we can have or had a great weekend. Had a great weekend for the Buffs. So so super glad to be a Buff right now. Y'all to be excited.
Hey, speaking of that, right? I know it's been a week since we've been on. Common. Your thoughts about everybody we didn't pick up because Tuesday we just went on a heater after we got off the show. So your thoughts about the pickups we didn't have so far?
I love it, man. I absolutely love it. It's a sign of momentum. And it's a sign of change too, right? And I think it's a change that's a long time coming. It's something that fans have been asking for. And it's a signal that he has the right people in the building in terms of an offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator that enjoy coaching college football. Clearly, because they're recruiting players to play college football, and they're not just going out and getting people to just fill spots, right? They're going after coveted blue chip recruits because their intention is to actually develop them and win football games. So it's very, very exciting right now. Exciting time for Colorado football.
I mean, what you're on mute, Rob. Rob, you're on mute.
Yeah,
You're on
sorry.
mute.
I was gonna say, just to let you know, man, we got another crystal ball, man. We got another crystal ball, man. The crystal balls just keep dropping. So we got some more things might be in the works. But go ahead, Coach Trey. You finna cook up.
I mean, it's what I told you guys at the end of the day. Sometimes, I mean, Coach Prime's formula has worked the way he had been doing it. We go out, he get a few high school guys, some guys that can come in and help, but he was mostly going out and getting guys in the transfer portal. Uh, Again, I think you also see that they're gonna probably put a cap on this thing, so it's not gonna be kids in college so long and things of that nature. But I think I said yesterday we had the NFL type of model, and that was most position coaches, OCs, DCs, they're not really in those rooms picking guys, right? It's the scouts, it's the GM, the head coach, and things of that nature. But it's mostly scouts that go all over the country. As you can see, when you watch Will Off, we had many scouts in there, and those scouts report back, tell people who they like, who do we think they should get, and things of that nature. And the coaches just coach up what they get. And I think we had that kind of system. Hey, we're not gonna complain. We're not going, whatever the recruiting staff brings us, that's what we're gonna coach up. That's what we're gonna rock with, and we're gonna make the best of the team. Common made a great point that, again, most of our coordinators, they were our offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator, NFL guys. That's what they're used to. Just, hey, give me the players. Okay, that's what we're gonna get. Boom, we gonna coach that up. And so what you saw was Coach Prime went out and he got Coach Marion, a young upcoming coach who had his own offense, had invented his own offense. A guy that wants to coach college football, he likes everything about college football, and that's the biggest thing. I said it about Nick Saban yesterday. You sometimes you realize that's what you're meant to do. You're meant to coach college football because, like you say, in college, when you're the head coach, you're the end all be all. You probably have one boss, the principal, the AD and the principal. In the president. And most times, in successful programs, it's really just the AD who you really have to answer to. And so I think we just changed. Coach Prime saw he needed to change his model. He did so. And right now, you see the fruits of these guys, coaches going to the recruiting staff saying, hey, we need to target this guy. We need to go after this guy. Them taking it to Coach Prime approving it, and then us going after them and delivering. And the biggest thing is, guys, Coach Prime is in the building sealing the deals. Coach Prime is in the building sealing the deals. Last year, you didn't have that. You didn't have Coach Prime in the room sealing deals. And this year, he is in there telling people what it is, what he expects, and what to look forward to. I don't think last year we had that, and I think that's the biggest reason why you see a lot of these kids going ahead and committing and saying they want to become Buffalo.
But
Hey,
Coach Dre,
welcome into this Tuesday. This how we gonna start it off. All right, y'all the same people who like Pat Shermer.
Listen, what we liked was Colorado and what Coach Prime was doing. Again, Pat Shermer went out there playing no football. Pat Shermer didn't play nail down. He called the plays, and okay, you might not have liked the plays, but the effort, some of that wasn't on him. It just, again, and if you go back and you listen to the young men, lack of leadership. Again, Coach Prime wasn't there in the offseason. So it was them doing this all on their own, not even knowing. Again, I think people forget that he took a leave of absence. A leave of absence means that I can be gone as long as needed. You get what I'm saying? So we like it. Again, you might be the same person that didn't like when he hired Livingston, or didn't like when he kept Gunnar White. How'd that work out? So you get what I'm saying? So it again, it's what your preference is, and that's cool. What we're gonna do is we're gonna always speak positivity. We understand that. Again, I just explained to you why that probably didn't work, because he's an NFL guy. Pat Sherman is an NFL guy. I'm a coach whatever you give me. Whatever you give me, I'm a coach. Go ahead, Carmen.
Hold
what do you go?
on. I gotta address this comment. I have to. Because clearly I know that you ain't really been watching, because I've paid plenty of times why I didn't like something. And I've called it out here. So I know that you ain't really did your homework. And I know you haven't, because you're saying what you're saying right here. Yes, we can speak upon anything and everything that goes with Colorado. Yes, we are not afraid to say what's wrong with Colorado. I think that's the problem. Now, we probably don't say it the way you want us to say it, but we do talk about the ups and downs and the flows of in the football game and what's happened, what we like, what we didn't like. It just doesn't come out the way you want us to say it, right? Because hey, there's plenty of ways to skin a cat. There's plenty of ways to say something and say something without being in a certain manner. And that's the part you may not like. It's okay. But we have definitely spoke upon Pat Sherman's play calling and opportunities, but we should have been better. And I've been on record like, hey, we need to run the ball. I don't understand why we're not running the ball in these situations. That doesn't cost us games. So let's just go there. But go ahead, Common. I don't mean to cut you off. I just had to address that part.
Yeah, no, but chat, welcome to the show, man. I appreciate how y'all coming in hot, giving us something to talk about. It's much appreciated. That's what the show is about, differing opinions. As long as you do it respectfully, we're going to tackle any and every issue. We're not afraid of the smoke. But I think I can't really go out there and say that this is the Coach Prime model circa 2023. I think Coach Prime came in with a certain model, a certain identity because of the job that he needed to do. Right? He needed to flip the roster as quickly as possible. And he knew he didn't have the luxury of years and years and years to really build a program, right? He needed to come in there and have an immediate positive effect. It worked to a certain extent in 2023. It worked even better in 2024. Why? Because he had Shador, he had Travis, and he had some other great players who were role players, Chidozie Nwankwo, the two linebackers, Bentley and Nakai Hill-Green. Of course, he had Cam Silman Craig. He had a lot of players all over the field that were really bought into what he was building, and they wanted to win, right? Well, everything fell off, right? The wheels fell off the cart in 2025 because I think he tried to do it again. He wanted to do another roster flip and maybe have the same effect that he had in 2024. Now, we cannot set aside that he wasn't there for most of the season because of his health issues, right? That was part of it. But I think he himself realized after 2025 that something needed to change. Now, you cannot ask somebody to change and then fault him for changing. I think people tend to do that, right? When something doesn't work, we expect, well, why can't you change? And then he changes the person and say, well, and then hold that against him for making the change that was necessary. I think the one change immediately that he made that I knew he was serious, to the point that the chat is making, is Pat Shurmur. When he made that switch at offensive coordinator, it was just a cascade of changes that needed to absolutely happen. So basically, just like he flipped the player roster, he's flipped the coaching roster. All right, so it's a lot of new guys and a lot of different seats in 2026 going into this season. So, I mean, I get what they're saying, but I don't think anybody on this show, as far as I've been watching, is going to see something and not say something. And I think that was the case of Pat Shurmur for me. I think he long outstayed his welcome in terms of who was in that offensive coordinator seat from a play calling standpoint.
Hey, AC Brown, I understand that you're coming. You're more than welcome to come in. I have no problem with that. But Pat Shurmur, play calling duties, offensive coordinator, got stripped way before his contract ended. Way before then. This is like we're just saying stuff to just say stuff just to see if it sticks on the wall, right? I know Coach Prime, he said, he was gonna fix something in the season after 4 games, but y'all didn't realize what he was talking about, what he was doing, who was calling plays, right? We just want to say something to stick on the wall. I get it. Coach Prime would never come out and say, hey, I made this move in the season, I made this move in the season, I made this move. He's never gonna come out and tell you. But it ain't rocket sciences on what's happening, what's going on. So when we talk about accountability was help. But what do you want us to come up here and say when the man from himself says, hey, I have done this, I have done that? It's on you if you don't see it. That ain't on nobody else. But I just want to make sure that we really clarify when we start talking about things and we just saying things, that understanding what we're saying, because Coach Prime flat out came out and told you what he did. Now, whether you want to believe it or not, it's upon you. I just know for a fact what happened.
Again, that's why I don't you hold somebody accountable for what? Just because y'all didn't know he had made changes, to me it wasn't changes made. Again, you must have just got here. I said that he changed he said that again, he tells no lies. All you gotta do is go back and listen. Sometimes when y'all close your mouths and open your ears, he gives you the answers. He told you, I like the NFL coaches better. I just told you that model didn't work. But when you need to win right away, it's certain things you have to do. When he first got to Colorado, his first year, he was coaching 2 teams for about a month and a half, and the transfer portal was already open. He had to get what he could. He did that. We did okay. We wasn't great. The next year, when he was in full control like he was this year, and could get the kids he wanted, he vetted everybody. Oh, magically we went 9-4, right? Oh, that was just magic. No, it wasn't magic. The biggest thing is Deion Sanders. What I'm telling you is, I know for a fact it's 3 or 4 kids that if Deion Sanders would have been in the building last year, they would have played at the University of Colorado. If they would knew for sure how long this leave of absence and things. But again, that ain't for y'all to know. And he don't have to tell nobody that. He never threw anybody under the bus. This wasn't on Coach Prime. Coach Prime wasn't in the building. So how are you going to blame a guy? But he never threw anybody under the bus. He took this on the chin. Again, y'all go back to week 4. He told you changes were going to be made. Changes started to get made. At the end of the year, he said this was the last of them. And he knew he was going to make changes. And he done that. And that's still not good enough for y'all. Well, we don't know what else to tell you.
But honestly, it's over and done with. Pat Shermer's moved on. He's been elevated to wherever he needs to be elevated to, right? We got a new OC. We got a new DC. For some of y'all that was upset with Robert Livingston and the job he done, I think Livingston did a good job. It's just we didn't go make the plays. That's it. Hey, you can line something up. You can dial it up and put somebody in prime position. But if you can't go finish the play, what does it matter? That's just what it is. But we're not here to talk about that. All right. It's just the way how the show started with the energy. But we came here to really talk about cornerback too, right? Because Common, he's been on. He don't think Boo Carter, cornerback number 2. So he gonna give his explanation why he feel like somebody else should be cornerback 2 and not Boo Carter. And Coach Dre is gonna explain why Boo Carter is cornerback 2.
You ain't gonna bait me like C Brown just baited us. You ain't about to bait me with that one. But yeah, man, I didn't expect it. But like Coach Dre say, close your eyes, open your ears, open it. When Coach Prime's talking, you got to pay attention to what he's saying, because 9 times out of 10, he's not going to hold back how he really feels about anything. He keeps it 100% real. And what we have to remember about Boo Carter, and I think because of the experience he had at Tennessee, we don't really talk about him. Speaking of putting together a recruiting class, who he was in that 2024 recruiting class coming out of Tennessee. So Boo Carter won Tennessee Mr. Football honor, so basically best player in the state. And he's a true athlete, right? Because in high school, he played basically every single position there was for an athlete to play on the field. He played corner, he played nickel, he played safety, he played wide receiver, and of course, he's a very, very dangerous punt returner, right? And so we were quarterback too?
Running back.
Okay, yeah. He's dangerous in the backfield as well. So we're talking about a guy coming out of high school just 2 short years ago, was one of the top athletes in the entire country, and he chose Tennessee, even though at the time Colorado was recruiting him, right? And I think he's one of those guys he can't be defined by a particular position, right? So me trying to put him in the box and say he's going to play nickel is not really looking at the big picture of the kind of player that he is. He's a football player first and a position player second. However, I'll let Coach Dre jump in here, Rob the Man jump in here, but with every pro, there's also a con. So I want to get both into the pros of him playing on the outside and potential cons of him doing that.
Well, I mean, I think when I listen to Coach Prime talk, he talks about the versatility. Now, we're gonna come back to Boo. I'm gonna come right back to Boo. But the young man if you go look at Russ's interview with the young recruit that we just signed, he said he sat down and talked with Coach Prime personally, and he told him the same thing. Hey man, you're too versatile. I'm gonna play you on the outside and on the inside as well. So it seems to me that Coach, that's the kind of guy he's looking for. He's looking for a versatile type of DB. Right now, I think when we talk about Boo playing outside, he says he's not trying to do the kid an injustice because in the National Football League, the corners make more than the safeties, even though Derwin James just got paid big bread today. So I think, and he said you never really see safeties go high in I guess in the first round. Every now and then
Nichols.
you get a head with nickels, you get not just safeties but nickels. So he didn't just want to limit Boo to just saying, hey, he plays the nickel spot, and that's all you're gonna see him play. I want you to be able to see him play everywhere, so that we can be the best. Now, again, we have 15 practices of film of everybody that's been there. So only the guys that haven't been there don't have film. So when they talked about Boo on the morning run, coach said, well, right now what I'm seeing is we're gonna play Boo at corner. And that's what I brought to you. But right now, I just think that I think it's gonna be dictated by who we're playing. I think it's gonna be dictated by who we're playing. And also I believe Boo Carter is going to take on the best guy. And that doesn't mean sometimes your best guy isn't out wide. He might be the guy in the slot. So I believe that's the reason. That's one of the reasons why that move is being done. Go ahead and give your points, Rob, and then we'll go back to comment.
No, I was just gonna give a shout out to the super chat. Boo Carter CB1. Bookmark it. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate the love for the super chat. For me personally, you line up Boo Carter wherever the matchups dictate. He can travel, whichever assignment you wanted him to travel on. If there's particularly a running team and you want him to be in run support more, you might put him on as the inside nickel position because you want him closer to the ball to make plays. If you got a versatility of a team that like to run screens, you might want to put him on the outside so he can be in line with those screen plays. So it's just really going to determine what are we facing each day. I mean, each game. Who are we lining up? Who are we trying to take out the game plan? Because we're going to see this defense play differently than what you've seen in the past. I don't think you're going to go out there and see a 4-2-5. You're going to see a mixture of things. You might see a 3-3-5 at times. You might see a 4-2-5 at times. You might see us, who knows what Marion has. I mean, sorry, not Marion. The DC has up his alley. All I'm saying is when you have speed and you have versatility, you could put players all the way across the board. You just got to fine tune and put the right players in the right place at the right moments. Can we do that? Can we line up correctly without getting any penalties of people running in off the field? That's what I'm looking to see. When it comes to Boo, I do just 100% think that he's going to line up in 4 to 5 different positions for this defense.
Yeah, I mean, all good points, but I mean, it's like anything in life, right? There's some risk, there's some reward, right? What I really like about Boo is you get a guy in the box and you get a guy who's great at blitzing from that nickel spot. We know how aggressive Chris Marv is. He's gonna send the blitz. You see it all over well off, even in the limited clips that we get. He likes to put pressure on the quarterback. Now, he also blitzes corners. Because I've seen Mojo Williams, who he likes to use in blitzing, coming from the corner, from the cornerback spot. But one of the cons for me with Boo playing on the outside is that you lose a potential great blitzer in the box. How do you guys feel about Boo Carter as somebody who plays in the box and can give you some versatility when it comes to a variety of blitz packages that you can implement?
Well, I think he's gonna blitz. I think he's gonna blitz from everywhere. So that's what I think he's gonna blitz from everywhere. I think he's gonna blitz from the corner, the safety, the nickel. I think he's gonna blitz from everywhere. I don't think it's gonna be limited. Now I get what you're saying about the box, but as I'm seeing the stuff that Rob is putting on the screen, it's a lot of guys that came to Colorado that were safeties that got converted to corner. RJ Johnson, Vickers. Those are guys that are used to that spot. So I think it just comes down to listen to what we got. Now here goes the question to me. Now this just you comment. This was not saying we saying Colorado right now. Your dream 5 in our secondary would be right now. Just tell me your dream secondary right now. Well, what's on the roster?
You why you laughing already, Rob? Yo, y'all trying to bait me, man. Last week's price.
I kind of know. I just want to see what he says. Yeah.
Okay. Hold on, man. Let me get my roster up. You asked me.
Yeah, go ahead. Hey, man, that's what we want you to do. I want you to.
Let me pull my roster up.
I'm not begging you into anything.
I ain't about to get me.
I just want to see if England's gonna be out there or not.
Bro, this is your secondary. Nobody else's. Not nobody else's.
Yeah, no doubt. I got you. This is gonna be fact based right now because y'all don't.
Well, C. Brown says Creed, Edwards, Boo, Fontenot, and Mitchell. That's who he going with. Fontenot is the Vandy transfer, so that's who he going with.
He need one more, don't he? 1, 2, 3. He need one more.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I got.
No, he got 5.
He got
Creed.
Okay, Creed. Okay.
Yeah, he got Creed, Edwards, Boo, Fontenot, Mitchell. That's 5.
Tell him he got to ask Mr. C. Brown. He got to put it who at the cornerbacks, who at the free and the strong, and who at the nickel.
Hey, chat, y'all in the chat, man. Let me know. Let us know who y'all got in the 5 on that back in the back. Let us know. Hey, listen, we here for y'all. So who y'all got? Hey, listen, if you're watching on X right now, make sure y'all pull over to the YouTube, man. Give us a like, give us a follow both of the platforms. Come join the conversation. Now you can join the conversation on X, because I know some of y'all watching from X. Hey, join the conversation. Drop something in the chat, man. This for y'all too.
Go ahead. Go. I'm waiting on my brother here coming. Go ahead with it.
So I got Cree at corner, RJ at corner, Boo Carter at nickel, Mitchell at free safety, and Fontenot at strong safety.
Okay. So he got RJ.
Now, Mr. England for corner president. So he cornerback. You got him at cornerback too right now.
Hey, bro, this Harry Potter name that shall not be named, bro. I'm not the name that shall not be named, man. I'm not saying that name no more, man.
Okay, cool. Now, okay, I'm cool with that. Okay, I'm cool with that. Now, so them your starters, right?
Yeah.
So them is your starters, right? Boom. So just give me. Okay, so who you got backing up Creed? Just offer you what you think.
I got England behind Cree right now, and I got Mojo Williams behind RJ.
Okay, I'm with you. So who backing up Boo?
Either Vickers or Preston Ashley. I'm 50-50 there.
You know what's crazy? Like when you read this chat, there's a pattern I see, right? There's a pattern of like who everybody.
Hey, but hold on, leave that one up there. That's the name that people forgetting about. That's the kid I ain't heard nobody say nothing about. Hardy might surprise some people, but okay. So you said either Vickers or Preston Ashley backing up Boo?
Yeah, Vickers or Ashley right now.
Okay, who backing up Fontenot?
Jaja Boyd.
And then who backing up? And who backing up Mitchell?
Braylon Edwards.
Yeah, okay. Hey, I have no problem with none of that. Now, what all we saying is, all I'm telling you is, with your, I like all your starters. Now the only thing we could do is we can move RJ to nickel and move Boo to corner, or you could go with.
I'm not saying he can't move around. What I'm saying is, when you move him, he's such a highly visible player that you can attack the defense based on where he's lined up. You know what I'm saying? You can
Yep.
attack. That's the problem with moving him around, because it almost like you can't really disguise what you're trying to do as a defense based on where he is. If you're moving him around throughout the game, like what Rob the Man was saying, is okay, it's going to be very situational. Sometimes he's going to come out and play corner. Sometimes he's going to come out and play nickel. Well, if I'm a
I'm
good
saying based upon
coordinator, I can
the
diagnose
team.
that.
So
Okay.
just say week 1, right? Their best receiver might be a slot receiver, so he might line up at the nickel. Well, next game it might be an outside receiver based upon what they're trying to do scheme wise. That's what I'm looking at for it more as towards scheme wise versus you're seeing this throughout the game. I just think differently throughout the game each week he's going to line up somewhere differently.
Now,
Mm.
this is my thought. Here's my thought process. That's a lot for an offensive coordinator to think about. Because wherever I line Boo up at, you don't know. And certain things I'm gonna do with Boo, you gonna think I'm gonna do this with Boo, but it might not. The blitz, like you say, okay, now I move Blue. Just say we in the middle of the game and he starts at corner, but we move him into nickel. Well, 9 times out of 10, in your mind, you thinking we finna blitz. You thinking we probably finna send something, but that might not be the case. Again, a lot of the blitzes I saw Mojo blitz a lot when on the little. I saw a lot of the safety blitzes. I didn't see a lot of straight nickel blitzes. So again, I think it does come down to the scheme, but you play a team like Georgia Tech. We know they're a run-based football team, right? So okay, you might see Boo at the nickel. Is there a guy out there that scares us at receiver? But then you play a team like an Arizona State later on in the year when you got a Marion Miller out there and they're getting coached by a guy like Hine Ward, and you know that these guys are going to be capable. Now I want my best athlete. Again, I believe Boo Carter is the best athlete we got on the football team. Just pound for pound, when you match up athlete for athlete, I think Boo Carter is the best athlete we got on the football team. Just like I
So
thought
hold
Travis
on,
Hunter.
you putting Boo Carter on a Marion Miller or Creed Thomas on a Marion Miller? Because you got to remember, Boo Carter is 5'11".
It don't matter.
See, here's the thing.
Here's the thing with
What he
Marion
does.
doesn't
Hold
separate.
on now, hold on. What you mean it don't matter?
It
That's
don't
a matchup.
it don't matter to me. It's not. I don't. Again, I think Marion Miller is a kid, is a dog. I think he's a ball player. I think that dog versus dog, give me Boo Carter. Dog versus dog, give me Boo Carter. Because Boo Carter got that, he got that Travis Hunter type dog. He got that Shador type dog. I don't know if Marion Miller got that kind of dog in him. Boo Carter has that kind of dog in him. That's just for me. But go ahead, bro.
Here's my thing. The reason why I'm lining up Boo Carter against Marion, one thing you don't got to worry about. You ain't got to worry about Marion going across that field. That's one thing he ain't gonna do. It's gonna be Mario is gonna be simple. It's either finna be a go or it's gonna be a hitch route. He ain't really trying to go across that middle. When Marion goes across that middle, he kind of short arms passes. You do that this season, you're gonna get your head knocked off coming across that middle. So I don't see him too many times coming across that middle. So I'm lining him up outside because Marion's not a big person who separates. He doesn't separate in his move because he's stiff in and out on his breaks. So I like for Boo to sit down on all those routes and he can run full speed with him.
So basically, if wide receiver 1, if they are a legit threat, you putting Boo Carter on that legit threat every single time.
No, not every single time, because I want to see what
he's gonna gonna follow him on the field.
It depends on what we see.
Wide receiver 1 is.
Sure.
No. Right now, no. Right now, I don't think they're gonna do that. I think I think the defense is gonna line up, and we're gonna find out. If it gets to that point, then yes. But right now, no. I would say no.
Yeah.
But if it does get to that point, I do believe that they feel like he has that type of talent. I believe
But you
I
can admit
believe
you're losing something when you move him to corner in that nickel spot if you're gonna play a 4-2-5. You're
that
losing
depends if
something.
we gonna play the 4-2. Again, I don't know because I want to see it. That's just me, coach. That's just me coming. As a football coach, I'm gonna never say it ain't gonna work or it's gonna look any different. I understand why. I think I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying, and I feel where you're coming from. But I feel like what I saw from Vickers, and I believe Hardy is a good guy, is also a good nickel. And I believe Preston Ashley is a dog. So I don't feel like it's gonna be that much of a drop off. But it comes full circle to what I was getting to. I think that we have 8 guys that you feel comfortable with putting out there. Now, is there a different skill set? Yes. I think Fontenette, Nate Mitchell, and Boo Carter are up here. Creed Thomas is right behind, but below them. Everybody else is in that other bubble. With those freshmen making it very hard for those other guys to play. Again, I've not given up on England. I haven't given up on him because again, he comes with a lot. So I still believe that he can get it done. But also, I believe that again, one thing I know about what I've seen from the Coach Prime is he's going to find a way to use you to your best of your ability. So you might even I said that you might even see England go inside and play some nickels. So I again, it's just a great problem to have. That's what I'll say, Common. It's a great problem to have. It's a great problem to have.
So here's
Yeah,
my
but
thing, right? I'd give
Go ahead.
England,
Go ahead.
I give England the opportunity to play it and play a lot. I think the situation, like what happened in spring, I don't necessarily hold that against a player because once you get to fall camp and you know it's getting closer to game time, players tend to start playing a little bit different than what they played in the spring. The spring was more of, hey, I'm getting into this new system. How do I fit? Things like that. Now that you're going into workouts, you know exactly what your role is and what the expectation is. Going into fall camp, I think things just looks a lot different. So that's why, when Coach Prime said, hey, as of right now, this is what, but I kind of know how it's going to play out. Let's see what happens. It's more of who comes and shows up at fall camp, right? Do you take what Coach Prime said and you live off of that, or do you keep grinding it to keep getting better? One thing we know for sure is there's a lot on the line about this season, and we work in this off season, and you see more team aspects of this. So I do think that as you get throughout the season, that you will see England play more. I just don't know what it looks like at the beginning of the season, and it's really going to be predicated on does he show up in fall camp? Because now it's no more talking. Pads on, we getting ready for game day.
yeah, man. So I hate that we're gonna lose. I mean, I'm just saying, right? Pros and cons. I think he's the best, like, from what we've seen, like one-on-one, man-to-man coverage. I think, right, from what we've seen. We haven't seen all the film, but from what we've seen, right, I feel like. But I feel like he's still a very raw player as a
Who we
DB.
talking?
Very raw. Boo Carter.
Who we talking about?
Boo Carter.
Oh, okay.
He's a very. Have you ever? You see, when I think of a DB1, an outside corner, I feel like you got to be a technician out there. You got to be so fundamentally sound when you're out there on that island, because he's a very aggressive. If you ever seen Boo Carter play one man-to-man cover, he's gonna hold you. He's gonna put hands on you. When you got an experienced wide receiver quarterback connection and you're not a technician out there, all you're gonna see is this. All you're gonna see is this all game. How do you guys feel about what you've seen from Boo Carter when you compare him to technicians? And because I think that's most of the work, if he's going to make that transition, he has all the skills. But is he going to be technically sound out there where he's not going to be a liability for a whole bunch of pass interference?
I mean, that's also it comes back to the clips I saw one-on-one. My God. Was he physical? Again, if you listen to Coach Prime, that's the way he played. You know, with his hands, being physical. Again, he just said he wasn't gonna sell the young man short. So whatever that may be. Again, we weren't in the exit meetings. I don't know what was said to those other guys. All I'm going off is he said he's gonna play corner. He never said he was gonna start. He just said he was gonna play corner. But I think that his skills will get better with over this summer and then going into the spring. I just like a kid with that kind of athletic ability. You know, a kid who's that athletic, you just put him, you want him to, like you say, you want him to learn the skills. But again, it just depends, and then sometimes it depends on what kind of the referee you get.
Hey, hold on. Hey, C Brown, you on a burner account, dog? That's all I'm gonna say. Cause I it's starting to.
Go ahead. Don't worry about it. Go ahead, comment. So I mean that's what it does, bro. Again, what it comes down to is this is the best group of secondary kids I think we've had, just as a group, all the way around, corners, safety. I think this is the best group of secondary kids that we've had in a minute. So I just want to see how it's gonna put. Go ahead.
I'll give you an example. Like the real ball watchers with like RJ Johnson. This is not like critiques or criticism or try to put players down, right? I'm just thinking like, okay, I'm trying to trust my eyes here on the things that I see and the concerns that I have, not because I'm like this some great football mind. It's just because we're talking football. I think the knock a lot of people have on RJ is usually he's in good position. He just can't finish the play. So always looks like he's getting burnt. Like somebody said that about RJ earlier in the chat. Oh yeah, RJ is buns. But the thing about RJ is he's always in position to make a play. The problem is he's coming from safety to corner. That is such a technical position. You got to be so technically sound. I mean, you could be within a quarter inch of making the play at corner, and if you're not technically sound, you don't know when to turn your head. You don't know. You don't have great eye discipline. You're not watching the wide receiver's eyes get big. He's late with his hands. You don't know any of that. You're always going to look like you're getting beat, right? That's what I mean by, okay, you could be good, but to play corner, you got to be technically sound. Right? That is my issue when you talk about guys. Just cornerback is not just somebody you just throw out there because they fast and they athletic and they got quick hips. It's so it's probably as technical as playing quarterback, right? Or you're gonna get flagged,
Right.
or you're gonna get burnt. You're gonna get exposed every time if you are not technically sound at corner.
Right, and you're right, and so we again, I believe that's part of coaching, to get them better. I believe RJ was having was on poise to get better. I think the injuries set us back really bad last year. I think Vickers would be a lot better if I think people forget the man had open heart surgery. Like it wasn't just a little knee injury or something like that. He had open heart surgery. DJ McKinney, the year before, I thought he was an all world corner. Last year, I don't know what was going on. You get what I'm saying?
He
so
was living off of that first round grade.
I think that we're going to find out a lot. Again, I believe that the iron sharpen iron type of motto going really, like I said, nobody, and I do mean nobody, you can't afford to get hurt. You can't afford to get hurt because, again, I think people forget that Silman Craig didn't start. He didn't start. Miles Slusher started. Miles Slusher got hurt. Silman Craig came in, and Miles Slusher never got his spot back. So it just comes down to, I agree with the technical part of it. But a guy like Boo Carter, like I said, I think he's done all of that. So it's just like you say, it's the little things. It's just gonna be the little things. And but right now, when you listen to the greatest cornerback to ever play the game, and he feels like this guy can get it done, I'm gonna rock with the guy that's the best to ever put on the cleats at that position. And so we'll see. We'll see.
Who
But I
who's
think
the
everybody
cornerback
will get
coach?
all of dang, what's the
I
dude's
see.
name?
I see, bro. Show us how it's done, man. Because I know who this person is. That's why it's funny to me that this person is commenting what they're saying. But hey, man, appreciate your support, man, for pulling up to the show, man. As always, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate your support. But just tell us just tell us, man. You know, I just want to know how it's done.
But again, bro, it just comes down to us playing great defense, and then what's the schemes, and I think that's gonna tell us a lot as well. I think that's gonna tell us a lot as well.
Yeah, no, I mean, I like it. I'm over it now. I'm through with my grieving. I'm just talking ball. I'm just talking ball talk right now, right? Because I mean, I think we have good problems this year. We have a lot of depth. I think a lot of guys that can play outside. I'm not so confident that the transition to inside is as easy as it sounds, right? Oh well, if we move Boo to the outside, we'll just move RJ to nickel, or we'll just move Vickers to the. Hey, it is a different game, and it's grown men in the box. We already got problems last year stopping the run. You go stick just
Yeah,
anybody in the
but
box.
again, I think that stopping the run stuff was more on the defensive line and the linebackers. I don't think it's so much. These guys in the back end show they'll come up and hit you. I'm not worried about them guys coming up and tackling nobody. That ain't again, and it comes back to what we talked about at the beginning. You can scheme it up all you want. They ain't out there tackling nobody. So you got to make tackles. You get what I'm saying? You got to do that kind of stuff. So I think a lot of that last year was a lot on the D line and the linebackers and things of that nature. That's why I say I don't think Rob Livingston did a bad job last year. I think we did a horrible job tackling. I really believe that we did a horrible job tackling. I don't think we tackled very well, and it showed up.
I mean, but
And
that's from all
again,
parties.
yeah, I believe fundamentally that is very that puts the defense in a bad spot when you out there and you just ain't making tackles and or guys breaking through tackles or whatever. That's demoralizing, and that you got to get yourself out of funk. That's just like a receiver dropping the pass, and you got to go on to the next one because if you continuously live in that moment, you can never get to the next moment. Because just because you drop this 5 yard out, now I need you to catch this bomb, and you get what I'm saying. And so it's the same thing with these tackles, because it's plenty of times I can go back and count that we had people stopped in the backfield, and you end up with 10 to 15 yards. So it's again it comes down to what's best for the team. And I believe that's Coach Brown's motto this year. Is what I'm going to do whatever I feel is best for the team and best for these young men in their future. And when you listen to the interview, you can go back and listen to it. He says that I think that's one of his biggest reasons, because I have to show Boo's versatility. And I think that's the biggest reason why, I think that the versatility is the biggest reason why.
This defense should be a lot better just from a tackling standpoint. That's really what cost us games. It was nothing more, nothing less, right? As much as people say we didn't put pressure on the quarterback, we put pressure. We just didn't finish it. We just didn't finish. So many times we should have had sacks. We didn't finish the sack because we didn't play through the whistle. So many times we should have stopped somebody in the backfield. We should have stopped a simple 5 yard route. We didn't do it, right? And it cost us a lot of games. So we dialed it up last year. Not as much as we should have, but we did dial it up at times, and we just couldn't finish plays. It's just flat out the obvious, right? We didn't tackle. We were poor tackling as a team. It just, and if your front end is bad and your back end is bad, you're just flat out bad. There ain't no in betweens of that. This year our back end is good. We still question mark to see how good our front end will be to help our back end out. Because we can have a great back end, but our front end can be bad and it can still look bad. So we still gotta wait to see what those answers look like.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but who you? I don't know, man. It's violent in that box, man. You ain't just going in there to cover slot receivers, man. You going in there to be in run support and blitz the quarterback. It Boo's on the outside because they got an elite wide receiver. I mean, okay. Let me ask you this, because the question of the show is he CB2? Is he CB2?
Do you see
Do
him
you guys
CB1 or
mean that is he?
CBC2?
See,
No, I don't.
know.
Again, I don't. You can't say that. You can't say the CB1 thing because Coach Prime told y'all who CB1 was. He didn't say that Boo Carter was CB1. He just said Boo Carter was gonna play deep. I see him playing a lot. I see him playing corner. But he flat out said that. Oh, right now Creed Thomas is CB1. So until I see otherwise, Creed Thomas is CB1. We talking about the guy that gonna play opposite of Creed Thomas.
Now let me throw a bomb real quick. All right, I think pure technician Mojo Williams at corner is better than Boo Carter. Technically, that's a cornerback. He ain't moving around. He ain't going to go play safety. He's not doing. That's his job, right? He's a diesel mechanic. He fixes trucks. He's not about to go work in a Mercedes dealership. He's not about to go fix Hondas. He plays corner. He is a technician. That's what he does. That's his job. He ain't trying to do nothing else, right? This is what I mean by when I'm watching as a football observer, you could see it on him, right? Mojo Williams is a corner. It's like Braylon Edwards. He's a baby Sean Taylor. He knocked people's heads off. That's his job. He got one job, knocking people's heads off, right? So this is what I mean for Boo Carter, right? I think it's great. We got a great cover guy. He's elite. You can move him on the outside. He's highly versatile. I think there's some real risk and rewards with having him play cornerback full-time, being on an island. He's going to have to get fundamentally sound, or if he goes up against a highly technical wide receiver, he's going to get him to just commit pass interference penalties all day. Because Boo's not going to let you catch the ball on him. We already know that. He's too aggressive for that. He has all the intangibles not to let you catch the ball, but can he do it without being called for a penalty? That's an art.
I mean, we got to see it, bro. I just want to see it. Like I said, I trust this coaching staff. I believe that they're gonna put guys in the best position. Again, I think the only reason we have this topic is because Coach Prime said that he was gonna play DB, play corner. If he didn't say that, I think everybody's thinking he's just strictly a nickel guy. Again, at Tennessee, after we got off the show and I went and did a little, I think that is why the other corner left, because I even think Tennessee was debating about moving Boo to corner the next year. They just had to find a way to get Boo on the football field. And so they put him at that spot at the University of Tennessee because, again, he played everywhere in the secondary in high school and on offense. Again, I just think he's the best athlete that we have. So I don't think it's going to be that difficult. And like I said, I understand what you're saying, and you make great points, bro, when you say about the technical stuff. Because yes, even with high school kids, it's just the little stuff. It's just the technical stuff. The turn. Do you turn? Do you get your head around quick enough and things of that nature? So yes, I greatly understand it. I just believe that he's physically equipped to learn all that stuff, and I think we have the coaching staff to get him up to speed. But again, I'm just not totally sold on him. Us just saying he's gonna be DB2. I believe that if that does happen, I believe that either RJ or Vickers is the guy that's going to be in the nickel. I mean, I don't understand. I do believe that Preston is going to fight, and also Hardy. But I just believe that if that's the case, that's what we gonna get to. But I think we got enough time. And the thing that people don't understand is Boo been in Colorado this whole break working. So I believe that he's been working on that stuff that you're talking about, and so I believe that we'll be prepared and ready once the time presents itself for us to get out there and play whatever it shall be. You get what I'm saying? Again, this
Yeah,
Georgia Tech game is going to be real interesting, real interesting.
but what is going to help him out, right? His athleticism and all that, but he's also a wide receiver. So when you play wide receiver and then you also play corner, you learn all the tricks of the trade on the opposite side of the ball too. So he's going to have that in his bag of what wide receivers are looking to do, how they line up, what kind of leverage they're trying to get on cornerback. So I think he has that part of it that's going to work well for him. I think, we'll see, right? We'll see him out there full time when he gets a JoJo Williams on him, right? Or when he gets a more technical route runner, like the kid out of Texas.
Again, and I think that helps. I think you bring up a great point. I believe that helps when you get a
Mm-hmm.
JoJo Williams back out there and you get a DeAndre Moore out there. You get what I'm saying. You get to go against a guy like Scudero or a guy like, I think you get to see it all in practice because you got high quality guys on your team to make you better. Before I can get the answers to the test right here on my practice field. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I don't have to. We're not gonna wait till we get to the test. We're gonna take a practice test, but our practice test is just as good as the test.
Mm-hmm.
And so I believe that I believe that that's the biggest thing that that's gonna help him because you have elite receivers on your team to
Mm-hmm.
get you prepared for what you're going to go out there and look at on a week to week basis. So I believe that also. I mean, that's a great point right there that you brought up. So I think that helps us, and I think that helps all our guys. I believe that helps all our guys
See,
get better. You
yeah.
get what I'm saying? Because we got every kind of receiver. We have every kind of receiver. We got every kind of running back. We got the bruiser back. So we're gonna find out if you want to tackle somebody. Because if you scared to tackle Richard Young, then or Michael Welch, and I know you don't want to tackle nobody else.
Yep.
Because those guys are elite backs that run the ball. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. So I believe that that's the best. That's when you get the best because again, you get your practice test is just as good as the test that you're gonna take on Saturday or Thursday or whatever night we the Lord allows us to play. So I think that's the biggest thing for him. And again, I'm gonna keep saying this. He's the best. He's probably not only he's probably the best athlete that Colorado's had since Travis Hunter. Just football, pound for pound, put the ball out there. Boo Carter is that kind of athlete. And that's why Coach Prime wanted him coming out of high school, because by the time that Travis and Shador will be leaving, he would be primed to be that guy. And again, we got him now for this short window. And I believe that Coach Prime gonna give Boo Carter every opportunity to be that guy. So and that's just what I believe.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be a fun summer. I'm looking forward to it. I love what we have in the cornerback room. I wish that certain players didn't force the coach's hand to try to put Boo out there. You know what I'm saying? Because I
No
feel
doubt.
like coach's hand is being forced because he has other options. I think out there that if they were playing to the potential, he wouldn't have to do what he's doing, right? So I feel like his hand is being forced a little bit. I get it. He wants to also put Boo in a position where he might go high in the draft because he has the skills to do so. But I just have this thing in my mind like you're not going to be able to do nothing against this Colorado secondary if we could have a different CB2 and we can have Boo in the slot. I mean, a CB2 that's really out there doing their job. You're really not going to be able to do nothing. I feel like a little less confident because I'm not quite sure who's going to be that replacement. We got options. I just don't know who it is.
Consistency matters, right? And that CB2, right? Who could be the most consistent where you allow Boo to move around? But the matchups determines everything, and you also want to put good tape out there for the NFL. So it's not just necessarily just putting Boo Carter on the outside just to put him out there, but also putting good tape out there for the NFL. They know what his abilities are, but now being in a different environment, having to learn a different system, the adjustments that come with it, the maturity that comes with that. Let's see where that picks up from. Well, we got a couple questions from the chat. I want to make sure that the chat didn't forget about because we do got a couple questions.
Oh,
The
yeah.
first
Let's
question,
get busy.
the first question is to Coach Drake. Coach Drake, do you have any insight on Samuel Howard? I know he's from Florida. He is crystal ball to the University of Colorado right now. Do you have any insight? You on mute, Coach Drake.
He's a great kid. We be lucky to have him. I like everything about the young man. I really do. He plays the game the way you want him to be played. And those are the kind of kids that Coach Prime likes, and the kind of kids that we're recruiting. So we're just I'm just ecstatic for what we're doing recruiting wise, especially down here in Florida, Tech. I mean, we're all over the country, we're not just in certain areas. We're everywhere. Uh, Want to give a big shout out to Coach Box and his staff, Peter Warwick Jr. I forget the young man, the coach name that we just got from Penn State. He's a great recruiter, man. He's out there really, really working hard. And then you got to give a big shout out to this coaching staff, Coach Marv and Coach Marion and Coach Shard. He's been out there recruiting hard and getting guys to come in and want to be part of this great program. But yeah, I think we're going to get him. I hope we get him. And Getting a crystal ball is awesome. To say that the kids is gonna come play for Coach Prime in Colorado, but that's just to tell people that be hating and saying that Coach Prime can't do this and what he can't do. Y'all just sit back and keep talking, and he gonna keep working, and y'all, y'all guys just keep.
Hey,
Like I say, man, people just believe, man, believe in this man's a winner. He's been a winner in everything
hey,
he's done. Go ahead, bro.
what? No, I was just gonna say one thing we know is that the recruiting process has definitely changed. I'm not gonna go into details. One thing we do know, the recruiting process has changed for the University of Colorado. Whatever they may entail is what it is. But just know the way the University of Colorado is attacking this, the way they're looking at players, the way they're getting their hands on film and watching all over the country, and the the way we're scouting is a lot different than years in the past. Coach Drake, you want to talk about the scouting piece of the way Coach Prime is doing things differently? You don't have to. You don't have to go
I
into
mean,
details, but
no, no, we don't. I just want to give the flowers to the guys that's doing the work.
yeah,
Uh, Again, people said Coach Prime wasn't going to change, and he didn't do, and all he's doing is showing you guys he's just working. He's
yeah.
just
Hey,
working, and so
I gotta give my guy.
I just want.
I gotta give. I gotta say this. I gotta give my guy Coach Ruffin. All right. If you know, you know. He's part of his recruiting staff. I think he's one of these people that go unnoticed. But Coach Ruffin that's on this recruiting coaching staff. Y'all gonna get to know him. Don't worry about it. But he's got his hands on some of these recruitment that y'all don't know about. I had to give a shout out to my,
And
my guy.
and then again, I tell people y'all be so hasty to judge people you don't know their background, or you don't know where they come from. Oh, why would you hire Coach Card or Coach, Coach Pun, as people like to call him? What would that hire about? The guy is an elite defensive line coach. He's an elite defensive line coach. Oh, well, Coach Dre, how would you know? Because one of my guys is an elite defensive line coach, and they coach some of the best in the business, and their guys get drafted, and they get drafted high. And so I was very high on when we got him, because again, you know what to be said if Coach Pun would have went somewhere else. Well, y'all had him in the room. How y'all let him go? Oh, Coach Prime, you can't keep people. You don't know talent when you see it. Okay. And somebody said in the chat, this man is maybe finna land a 4-star recruit. And if we do get this young man, it's gonna be because of Coach Pun, because of his coaching ability, the way he coaches, and the way he goes about his business, man. But I just want people to. I said this yesterday. It's not about what you're saying; it's about how you're saying it. And for anybody to come in here and try to put Coach Prime down, or try to say this and try to say that, so if we went through your life, we couldn't find flaws. If we gave you, hey, I promise you guys, I get to sit in the chair next to the head coach. Hey, being a head coach is something serious, and
You don't understand.
and so I understand, and I can only imagine now you saying being a head coach at a major university. But man, I love this great ball talk that we're having, because again, it's just an open and honest conversation, and all we're doing, unlike others, we're discussing something that we're just, the reason we're discussing this is because the man at the top said something about it. Again, I don't think if Dion comes on the morning run and we have the conversation the week before where Common is talking about his guy England coming in with all the accolades, he goes shaking his head. Hey, listen, though, hey, that's hey. But you know something, Common, when he go to ball, and I'm gonna be the first person to give y'all. Hey, man, that's Common's guy right there. England. My man, he said my man was gonna do his thing, and so because okay, this is the thing right here before we get ready to get up out of here in a little bit. Going into the spring, we were just raw going off of the guys that we brung in. You would have England in your starting lineup, right? And we just going purely off what they did before they got to Colorado, and we just run them guys in. You'd have England in your, because I would have England in my starting lineup. Creed would have been the guy on the outside looking in at the cornerback spot. So I like I said, that's why I said I understand where you were coming from, because preseason going into the spring, I had England as a starter. I think many people did. Go ahead. Talk about your homie.
All right, so last question that we got. Question for the panel: do you think Coach Prime is willing to risk playing Boo at corner, even if he's better at nickelback?
Is that on me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir. That's on you. Yeah, that's on you, Coming.
Oh, yeah, it's a done deal, man. We saw it in the spring game. You play corner in the spring game. It's a done deal.
The man came out and said what he's gonna do, and then we still want to go against what he said and what he's gonna do.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna do. Boo Carter's gonna play corner. Creed Thomas is gonna play corner.
But he told you why, though. He gave you the why behind it. The why was, I don't know too many nickels that get drafted in the first round. So I need to show his value, and that's the reason why I'm playing him at the outside corner. The only thing is he wants to get Boo drafted higher in the draft. That's the main reason why he's playing Boo on the outside, nothing else. But the man gave you the answer.
I get it. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. if that's a good enough reason to play a player at any position, because it might get them drafted higher in the draft.
But
It
here's the thing
might,
though.
keyword might.
But listen, all right. Here's my thing about this, right? Is it the right move? That's to be determined. Nobody knows the answer to it until you go out there and put it out there on tape. All right. We can say, hey, this is wrong today, but it can be right tomorrow. We can say it's right today and be wrong tomorrow. Vice versa. We don't know. Only thing we can show is what this man has said and go off the information that he said. In your mind, do you think it's right? That's your opinion. But if you have this opinion that you feel like it's the wrong move, if it plays out to be the right move, do you have the courage to come out and say, hey, I was wrong?
Oh yeah,
And I'm not talking to
100%.
you. I'm not
Oh,
talking to
okay,
you.
okay.
I'm talking directly to somebody in the chat, is who I'm talking to. But
Yeah,
go back
man.
to the
But
question.
listen,
I am going back to the question. I'm just making it, I'm just letting you know, if you feel like that's the wrong move, that he should just play nickel, perfect. But if he goes to show that he has a better skill set at corner, right? Because year over year, right, players are going to improve or not improve. This is what it is. But to your answer, yes, I agree that's the right move. When you're talking about showing versatility to go play in the NFL, hey, listen, you know how many corners that play corner and end up playing safety in the NFL? You can always get moved, right? But if you can show versatility, was it the wrong move? It wasn't. But go ahead, Coach Dre.
Well, I don't know why you keep giving that kind of stuff life, man. Let them people like, bro. Just that's why I just stopped. You know, Northside said if you go to his comment, like if you go to Northside comment, he said that Boo was recruited out of high school as a cornerback. That's what most people, receiver. Again, when he got to Tennessee just needed to get him on the field, and that was the best place to get him on the field right then because they had two solid guys at corner. The same thing with Creed last year. I think he played behind two two good corners, two NFL corners. I think Common looked it up last week. Both of those guys got drafted, and so what you know is that man took mental reps. He took everything in that those young men had to offer him, and he brought it to Colorado. And when given his opportunity, he came right in here. Like I said, he was the man outside. He was the man outside looking in for me coming into the spring. I had England just going off. He came from James Madison, a team that went to the playoffs, and I like what I had saw from RJ when he was healthy last year. And so those are the guys that I had. Now things change in 15 practices, and that's what we have to go by right now. And now again, did you take this? Do you take this off season seriously? Are you gonna put everything you got to put into this like you should? Because like I say, we're not giving up on England because I think he's a top notch talent and can play. And so what you do is you force the hand for Coach Brown to say, hey man, I got to show you some at corner, but also we got to make sure to do what's best for the team. And I believe that's one of the main reasons why he is doing this. I think he feels like it is also what's best for the football team and what's best for the kid. It's two for one, but he's doing both things. I think is what's best for the team from what he's looking at, and also what's best for this young man. So you got to be happy with what you're seeing.
Man, I
I
love it.
mean,
I
but
love
we,
it,
we
man.
are here. Here's the one. Here's the one thing we know for sure. They're gonna play some pretty good wide receivers this season. They're gonna have to play some pretty good wide receivers this season. Amari Thomas out of Houston last year, 67 passes, caught 966 yards. They play Houston this year, right? Yep, they play
Yeah.
Houston at home. They play Texas Tech at home. They're going to have to see Coy Eakin. I don't think they play TCU this year. There's another kid that transferred to Oklahoma State. They got a real dog out of North Texas. So I mean, of course, we're going to see Omarion Miller. We're going to see Draylon Miller. There are a couple guys in the Big 12 that we're going to have to.
Yes. No doubt. And again, that's why I say I believe that because we have great receivers in our receiving room, that we'll be prepared to play the Omarion Millers, the Draylon Millers, whoever Texas Tech got, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna be high on somebody's board, and things of that nature. Again, that's the biggest thing with what we have with this football team is I feel good about the depth, and that's all. That's how you win championships, regardless of what anybody tells you. It's about the depth because injuries happen during the season. Kids are going to get hurt. You're going to have injuries. But do you have the depth or do you fall off? And I think that was another big thing for last year. We had a lot of injuries, and the guys that were the backups maybe weren't at the same caliber. I don't think we have that problem this year. I think all of these guys are in the same realm, same caliber of each other. Some caliber a little higher than others, but I like the way that we have went about the building, the way Coach Prime and his staff has went about building this football team.
No doubt, man.
I think we got another question. Looks like this is a little bit off topic, but this is about what do you define as a good season? Can we take that, or should I run through some of these wide receiver statistics that we're going to be up against this season and how we might match up against them?
Go ahead.
So maybe we'll come back to the question about the season, but speaking of Texas Tech, their number one wide receiver, Coy Eakin Jr., 6'2", 210 pounds. He's played all his football at Texas Tech, so he's a legacy player, never transferred in. Last year, 48 receptions, 637 yards, 6 touchdowns. Big wide receiver for Texas Tech, 6'2", 210. See our guy out of Houston. Go ahead. Who you matching up against a Coy Eakin type guy? Is that a Boo Carter or is that's a Creed Thomas?
Well, I think the biggest thing with Texas Tech right now is who playing quarterback. Like that's their biggest concern. But again, I want to see what we look like on defense. By the time we get to Texas Tech, we should know what we are identity wise. And so I don't want to judge and say, hey, would you put this guy? The one person I know that's going to be at corner right now is Creed Thomas. Right now, I feel like that's the guy that's going to be a starter at one of those corners. Now the other corner I think is up. What we know is Blue Carter going to be on the field. Where he is, we don't know, but we know he gonna be on the field. But I mean that kid from Texas Tech, again, right now their biggest thing is what they're gonna do at quarterback. But you gotta respect that. You gotta respect that guy. Great height, great speed, great numbers for a receiver. So I respect. Our motto at Eastside is respect all, fear none. So we're gonna respect everybody, but we're not gonna fear nobody. We're gonna give everybody their respect, but we definitely not gonna fear nobody. So we just gotta go out there and play. And like I say, this fall camp is gonna show a lot for us. You get what I'm saying? So that's my biggest thing.
Yep. Mari Thomas, 6'2", 205, out of Houston, 67 receptions, 966 yards. I mean, I'm giving all these guys accolades, but we do have some dogs too, right? We do have a Danny Scudero over 1,000 yards. We do have a DeAndre Moore. We do have a JoJo Williams. I'm just saying, like, this is not run all day Big 12, right? We're going to have to play against some guys who are elite wide receivers in the Big 12. So we do have to put our best cover guys out there on number one wide receivers. And for all intents and purposes, man, outside of just being really raw as a corner, I think Boo Carter is our best cover guy. You know, if he can continue to just develop and get more technically sound. He's not going to be an easy throw the ball up. He's going to give us a penalty. We're going to get the first down. We're going to get 4 more downs type corner, right? Because he's so raw. I think we're going to be straight. We just now got to find somebody to bring in the box who's going to help in run support.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Hey, hold on, bro. Hey, C Brown, bro. Like I've been ignoring you all night, bro. But you're not gonna call people's tell people they don't know ball or tell people that that's stupid. We don't do that here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you've been in here all night. You've been cool or whatever you've been doing. You know, we don't mind people not agreeing with us, but bro, we're not gonna do that. Call people's opinions stupid and this, that, and the other. Now the people in here, they ain't really rocking with you, so I don't understand why you would really be wanting to be in here. Because to me, it's a waste of time. But hey, just don't do that for me, please. Because if I have to address that again, we just gonna kick you out. Like I'm just being honest with you, because that's what gets other stuff going, and we just talking ball. We just having fun and staying, and we gonna always be positive over here, regardless of what people think of us or what people think. Go ahead, comment, finish what you were saying, bro.
Oh no. That's it, man. I mean, like I said, I feel good about this team, right? And I don't think there's any bad options, really, right? I don't think there's any bad options here. I just did not expect that this was going to be a change that was made so early, because of what I thought was some elite depth at corner with some guys who will play corner or want to play corner or right at the next level. So yeah, man, but I'll take it. Boo Carter at corner. I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt.
I mean, the change in philosophy, right? When you look at this defense from last year's defense, I think it was we played man, but we didn't have man corners last year. This year, we got a mixture of man and zone corners. So I think the philosophy of the way we have to play is going to be predicated on the player personnel that we brought in, which we took a different angle at this year. So um, I'm excited to see, how much more zone we play, because I thought we should have played zone in certain situations where we're getting beat on 3rd and 20 repeatedly. Like we get people to 3rd and 15 to gain the opportunity to rush a quarterback just to give up 16, 17 yards. So I'm anxious to see what do we do when we get into those 3rd and long situations. Do we come after the quarterback, or do we straight up play man and just try to figure things out? So those are the things I'm looking forward to in these type of positions for sure.
Yeah, I mean, in Chris Marv, we trust, man. At the end of the day, I think he has the talent. Now he has to put him in position to make plays. So the question now becomes, what if Coach Marv wants to use Boo Carter somewhere else? Does he get overridden by Coach Brown? Or does he still have free reign to put Boo Carter where he thinks is necessary for the team to win?
I've never really seen him do that. I've never really seen him override his coach like that. Like I think I think it's gonna be a selective conversation. The one thing that I've heard over and over again is that Coach Prime is in the DB's meetings. He's in a lot of he's very hands on. So I believe that Coach Marv will ultimately have the decision on what's best for the team. I think Coach Prime will have a lot of input. But I believe that I've never really seen him override his coaches like that. I've never really seen Coach Prime be that kind of football coach. So I think it's about what's best for. I know Coach Marv is going to do what he feels is best to have his defense in the best position to win. So whatever that entails, I don't know, but I don't believe that'll happen. Common. I've never really seen him do that. So I don't know. I don't think that'll happen.
Okay.
All right, well, fellas, man, it's been a great show, man. As we hit to this hour and 30 mark, and get y'all last thoughts, man. Because we here every Tuesday, man. Make sure y'all pull up. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. If y'all on X right now, man, pull over to YouTube. Give us a like, share, and a follow. Once this thing is completely downloaded, man, make sure y'all hype this video up. continue to grow into the algorithm as we continue to grow this up every Tuesday. The more people in here, the more excitement, the more the chat get fired up, man. Hey, we love all the comments. We love everybody participating in the chat, man. That's what makes this thing grow to something else. What I will say is, man, hey, listen, the rules are very simple, man. It really is. I know I took the banner down, but I'm gonna put it back up just for this reason, right? Hey man, you can come here and say whatever you like. Just be respectful to the chat, right? Introduce yourself when you enter the chat. Is the rules are very simple, right? If you don't, right, we can help you move around real fast. There are mods in the chat that come and go, but they will help you move around if you can't object to what the platform is. This is a community, all right? This is something that we built over years. We're not gonna let you come tear it down. We don't care who you are. You will not come and tear down this community. So, man, we want to keep the engagement high. We want to make sure that everybody's respected in this place. And whatever your opinion is, you can say whatever it is. Just be respectful. And when you enter the chat, man, please introduce yourself. Hey, chat. What's up, chat? However you want to do it. What up, panel? You know what I'm saying? Just make sure that y'all be respectful around it, or we will move you around with no issues. But, Tommy, last words. Coach Dre, you know what it is, man. Close us out.
Yeah, last words. Another great show, fellas. No place I'd rather be on a Tuesday night than with Rob the Man and with Coach Dre. Great topic as well. Talking real ball talk about Boo Carter, who will be an impact player no matter what position he plays, even though we're still a couple of months from the season. For all intents and purposes, I now have to update my depth chart because he is now officially the CB2 per this conversation. And there's no change in that. Right. But if you don't follow my channel, man, it's Common Sense here on YouTube. Right now is the off season. Content is slow, but typically the kind of content you get from me on the channel is like film review, film study, roster analysis, etc. And then these brothers invited me to join them on their Tuesday show to contribute to the conversation. So it's always a pleasure, man. Thank you guys so much for having me. I'm fired up about what's happening in recruiting. Looking forward to summer workouts. So I'll see you guys next Tuesday, man. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
No doubt, man. Appreciate
Yeah,
you.
man, we always appreciate it because, like we say, man, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm just a nobody trying to bless somebody. I don't do this for no clicks and no likes and no none of that. I started doing this because just to help my brother. And it turned into something organic, and this is what we do. And I know we're not the popular kids on the block because we're not going to come on here and bash Coach Prime and this, that, and the other. Again, it's not about what you say, it's about how you say it. And I'm going to say this again. If I cook you a dinner and you saw me prepared, and I go outside and it's time to eat, and I go outside and I get a garbage can and I put the food on the garbage can lid and I present it to you, you wouldn't eat it. It's not about what you're saying, it's about the way you present it. And what we're not going to do is let anybody that's been rocking with us, stay down with us for 3 years, come in and be disrespected and you got all this and that to say, because that's not us. It's you can go find 100 other places to be at than to be in here with us. And again, I don't like people wasting their time because life is too short. Life is too short to be wasting time, with silly stuff. You know what I'm saying? We just come on here to have fun. Again, my boy Common told you what kind of show. I want y'all to check that out because during the off season, we'll probably try to get on with him. And because I like that when he pulls that stuff up and he shows the roster breakdown and things of that nature. And we can, like I say, just real ball talk and showing that men can talk to each other without cussing and fussing and getting in the argument and doing all the dumb stuff that y'all like. If that's the kind of show you came to see, that's not what you're gonna get here. That's not what you're gonna get here because we respect each other as men and as brothers, and that's what we want. And we want to, because again, we want to bring a community together, not break it apart. And so again, I appreciate my brothers for coming. I appreciate all of you that were in the chat, chatting it up and giving us your input. It didn't go unnoticed. And like I always say, if I send no ships out, no ships will come in. And if there's no contest, nobody can win. Games can't be won if they haven't been played, and prayers can be answered if they haven't been prayed. I am the Don, Coach Dre. That is my brother Rob the Man, and that is my new brother Common Sense. This has been a Tuesday night, and our normal Tuesday night with Common Sense. God bless you. We love you. Good night. We'll see y'all next Tuesday. Y'all be good.